Hey everybody, this is Ronnie. I'm out here today at the beach and gonna have a little seaside chat. My favorite place, just hanging out, parked away from the sun this time so you can see the beautiful sky, see our friends the seagulls. Stay out here. The scavengers are out here. I don't know what they're waiting for, but they're waiting for something. But anyway, part of this video is just talking about networking and stuff like that, and over the next few months where some videos will be going and hopefully what we could be getting done. Some shit on my windshield. What is that? Okay, it's not coming off, but anyway. So certain people wanted to talk about networking and getting deals and how do you get across deals, and some people have talked to me about certain things like that, and I'm just giving out my information and my advice of how things have come. First get business cards, let people know what you do. It's always very helpful. Giving somebody your number sometimes is not the same without a card. Lets people remember you. It doesn't need to be anything special. But I have business cards. I don't always use them. I forget to carry them around with me a lot of the time. But anyway, we came across that the estate from the basketball player, his clothing or whatever, that was handed off to someone else that got a hold of me. It was that, or it was probably just going to be given away or donated. Who knows? So, I went through somebody for that lot. I wound up paying $1,000. It was probably more than I wanted to pay for the quality of stuff. I thought I was going to do a little bit worse off, actually, than what I noticed we got out of it, because everything is basically listed now except for two pieces, and it wound up being, let me see here, 101 pieces. I think I picked up 140 or somewhere right around there. It might have been 138, might have been 142, but let's call it 140. And a lot of that's going to family, because a lot of it's extra large or two extra large. And we have some family that, this is not great selling stuff. Some of it's like, certain of it's like Banana Republic or Gap, and some of that stuff's better just to give to family, especially in the Dominican Republic. Stuff was dry clean, stuff's like brand new, a majority of it. Some stuff I did not list that seemed like it was just too much wear, and for these are some of this is lower end brand, so it really wasn't all that great. But of those 101 items and running a 20% off sale, I went through and it's $5,400. So there is some money to be made of this lot. I paid $1,000, so it takes it down to, let's say, 44, and then take off another, let's say, 15% for eBay and PayPal fees. So that's like, I don't know, just say 700. So I mean, there's a possibility to make, let's just round it to $3,500 out of that. It's $35 a piece. Now, there's certain pieces that I'm gonna only get like $15 to $20 for. And there was a few sales. I've had 9 sales. Most of the stuff's been listed about a week or so. And I would say of this stuff, there's probably 40 pieces that are under 50, another 40 in between that 50 and 100 range, and maybe 20 in that like 100 plus range, give or take, just an estimate on some things. We've sold some pieces. We've sold 10 pieces for about $400. So we're getting our money back. Some of it's already came back. So that's been pretty good. One of the best things was this iceberg merino vest. Never heard of that brand before. And it seems to be sold at Nordstrom's and stuff like that. But we got like $100 for it, and it went over to Germany. So that was, a nice sale. I'll take it. But we sold a few things this weekend that were just like lower, cheaper things. But it's bound to happen. I kind of listed, everything that I thought would sell, and then things that didn't have the greatest sell through rate. I had my wife pick through them to see if there was anything she wanted to give to her brother or her father, and there's quite a bunch of stuff. This way, we love to, if we have things that we think or new stuff or things that are perfectly conditioned, we can give stuff to them, and kind of, it's nice. It's like Christmas for them. I guess we're like Santa, Mr. Claus and Mr. Claus. Always help out, so I mean, that was a good thing of it, and that just came apart letting people know what we do, and being in the position to buy and being in the position to spend the money, is always a good thing. And I have some other deals I'm working on. We've made a lot of deals in the past, but what happened was, over time, a lot of deals did not work out because I did not get to inspect the stuff. Inspecting the stuff firsthand is a big deal. Like this lot, I noticed when we got it, even though I paid a little bit more than I wanted to, but I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, if that makes any sense. There was a lot of marginal stuff, and I wasn't thrilled with the marginal stuff at all, because it's just stuff I don't sell. I don't sell a lot of Banana Republic. I don't really sell a lot of bonobos. And, there's a lot of that. But then there's a lot of stuff that I thought would sell fairly quickly and has, like Untuckit and, a few other brands here and there that you just don't see too often. There's a lot of new brands that there's really not, I wouldn't say, well, I guess they're newer brands. You'd find them at like Nordstrom's. And because there's not a huge, they haven't been around long, I guess, a lot of these brands, you don't see a lot sold. So, which is good and bad, because some of it doesn't seem there's a market for it, and then some does. We'll get into that at a later date, talking about some of the brands from that. Let me see what else here. So we're probably going to be moving in the next few months, not far away, but central Massachusetts. As many of you have known, my wife took a job with JetBlue, and we didn't think this job was actually going to happen. She applied for the position, and in like 3 or 4 months passed. And they basically said someone else wanted to get that position since they already worked within JetBlue. Basically, they would have the better opportunity to get that job. So my wife thought, well, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to get that job. And we went months without hearing anything. And they didn't say anything. It was like not a phone call, not nothing. And it was funny because my wife then went to JetBlue, I think in September she put the job in. She was not contacted to somewhere around Christmas that she got the job. So that was, quite a few months. And then she was off to JetBlue University for the second time in mid-January, was it, I think? Or finished in mid-January. So, it was kind of happened a little quicker. I wasn't planning for it because I thought it wasn't going to happen. And then she took a month-long vacation, and then, she was interested in changing out. The whole thing was she wanted flight benefits, and she wasn't really getting the flight benefits because she was a part-time employee. So she had to get something more full-time, blah, blah, blah. And she almost transferred to Cape Air, or looked to get, she actually got offered a job at Cape Air, but she was already at JetBlue University. So turn that down. If she got that, then we would have stayed here, and she would have got flight benefits because they got flight benefits with like 3 different airlines, Cape Air. So, but the whole thing is just being able, once we get situated, I think, and move in the next, probably, I'm going to guess 2 months. It's going to take a little bit of time. I'm kind of waiting to see her get through her probation period, which is 90 days, as she gets closer to it, and really make sure she wants this job. Sometimes moving to a new area, taking a new job, I really kind of want to see and make sure she's 100% happy with the situation before upping and moving and, spend a bunch of money to move. Where we live, it's not cheap. Average homes for rent, because I'm not sure if we would stay in that area for a very long period of time. Renting, because the market's high, everybody knows that right now. The real estate market is freaking at its bubbling point again. It needs to recorrect itself probably about 20% at some point here. It's way too high. In certain regions, and our region it's there. I mean, it's prices have went well beyond what it was in like 2007 and 2008, and doesn't make any sense where a lot of this market is at the moment. But now I'm psychobabbling on real estate. But if I can, we found some nice comps of like townhouses and stuff like that that have enough space for the business, actually a lot more space than what we have now. That would be about what we paid for our warehouse and condo that we stay at now. So, but space is something we need a lot of, or more of. I hate having the business at home, so if I have a decorated space like a floor, a basement, or somewhere, just to keep the stuff and keep it away from everything else, would be great. We also have my wife's brother and father will probably be coming, at certain times of the year. So having more space for them, or friends in general that we do have pop up from time to time. And where we are now, we literally like rip apart our eBay room. Everything gets put all over the place. Some of it goes to storage. It goes everywhere. It becomes a nightmare for me with shipping and just doing eBay in general. Like, eBay gets put on hold if we have company for weeks on end, and I kind of, with expenses getting up with the second vehicle, now with the second vacation home in the Dominican Republic, I need to kind of, I need to stay on top of eBay more than ever, because sometimes, and that's the problem, probably where I am at now. I've kind of plateaued a little bit. Like, I can get between 10 and 12,000 a month on eBay, but that's where I plateau. I'm only one person. I can only source so much, go out and get so much, and only go out and list so much. And then with other things I want to do, it kind of gets a little bit hard, to constantly like try to get stuff done. A lot falls on me to get a lot of things done. 95% of our income comes from eBay. JetBlue does not pay the greatest. They have great benefits, but they do not have the greatest pay scale anyway. It's not the greatest. And a lot of that we've kind of thought would be best to put in a 401k that she gets from her job, because it's dollar for dollar matched, and trying to think about the future as always. So you'll see some of that kind of stuff will have to be changing it up over the next few months. Videos, you may see a bunch of videos for a period of time, and then videos may slow down for a period of time, who knows. But everything's going to be good. Got a bunch of different plans for later this year if things work out the way they are. that's going to be very fun and exciting, and I can't wait to do a lot of this stuff and show you guys a lot of it. We have the Reseller Rally coming up. I have some plans for some huge sourcing trips, and there's just going to be a lot of fun coming up here over the next probably 6 months or so. Well, I would say probably in the like over the summer into the fall, there's going to be a lot of fun stuff. The next few months, probably not going to be as much fun stuff. But back to the oh man, I went off base a little bit. But back to the other part here, where we're talking about, um, just letting people know what you do. I think I'm more, now that I'm in the situation, I have to find not a better way, but I have to find a way to increase what I got. And moving to Central Massachusetts is actually not a bad idea, because I get more. I can get to a lot of different areas, and it opens up my ability to possibly get stuff from a lot of different people that I haven't in the past. Like I said before, going back, we've done some deals in the past. Some deals have worked out great, and some deals have worked out not so great. Somebody can say, hey, I got this, that, and the other, want to buy my stuff. I get their stuff, and it's not what is advertised, and then you get discouraged. You don't want to do a deal with somebody else. And it's not like you want to pay somebody as soon as you come to a deal, you want to pay something. I'm not one of these people that, hey, send me the stuff first and then I'll pay you based on that. Like, no, we make a deal, you're gonna get paid, and that's it. Like, but at the end of the day, trust has been an issue in the past with certain sellers over stating what they have and stuff being floored and so on and etc. So I think there's going to be a lot more. Maybe maybe I can get into a lot more things. Maybe I can get into other things in general that are not clothing related. As you followed our channel for the longest time, we do a lot of stuff that's not clothing related. We didn't start by buying clothes. If you go back to some of our earlier eBay videos, was a lot of stuff, not clothes, a lot of Amazon heavy, but Amazon's changed over a period of time. I've gotten suspended from Amazon for a while, and then luckily got back, and Amazon's changed too much for me really to get into it, and their fees have gotten batshit crazy. Certain things I sell is 60 or 70% of its fees. I can't wrap my head sometimes around some of their fee structure. I mean, people running around going, yeah, Amazon's the way to go. Like, man, I don't know what you guys are doing. You're laundering money or something. Like, that shit can't be working anymore. But I'm going to see you guys later. Just put yourself out there is what it comes down to. Don't be afraid to let people know what you do, because it could benefit you. And I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day.